Excuse me? Mrs. Farrell, this property belongs to Amber Lynn Farrell. Per court order, you have 30 minutes to gather essential personal items. Anything left behind will be inventoried by the sheriff's office and made available for pickup within 30 days. The comments detonated. Oh my God, her daughter owns the house. This is the greatest plot twist I have ever witnessed. Protect Amber. 62,000 viewers watching live. My sister, standing behind my mother, dropped her side of the tripod. Her face went white. The stream cut for 2 seconds. When it came back, my mother had forgotten the camera was on. My father came out from the kitchen, where he had been sitting at the breakfast table all morning with a cup of coffee that had gone cold an hour earlier. He walked past my mother, past the deputy, all the way out onto the porch. He sat down on the second step. He put his hands on his knees. He looked out at the snow for a long time, and he did not say anything. Finally, he spoke, quietly. She owns the house, he said. She always did. He said it a little louder the second time. The TikTok caught it cleanly. My mother turned. Her face was crumpling in a way that I think was the first real expression she had worn in 25 years. Why didn't you fight for me? She said. My father looked up at her from the second step. He looked at her for a long beat. Because we shouldn't have done what we did, he said. The live stream ended. My sister deactivated her account within 12 hours. By then, someone had clipped the moment my father sat down on the porch. She owns the house. She always did. And the clip had hit 4.8 million views on Twitter in under 48 hours. If you've ever wondered whether walking away is the same as giving up, it isn't. Setting down something heavy isn't surrender. It's gravity finally working the way it's supposed to. Take a breath here with me, then let's see what happened after the door finally closed. My parents moved into a 2-bedroom apartment in Beulah, Michigan, 28 miles southwest of Traverse City. The apartment was on the second floor of a converted Victorian above a chiropractor's office, $1,400 a month, and it had no fireplace. My mother had insisted on a fireplace when she started apartment hunting. She had to settle. When they had moved into my grandfather's house in 2015, they had sold their previous home in Acme Township for $182,000. 10 years of my father's salary plus the Acme cash had gone somewhere. I learned later from my Aunt Margie at a coffee shop where it had gone. $168,000 to Cherryland Academy for 7 years of my sister's tuition. $22,000 to a salon my mother had tried to open in 2019 and failed to open by 2020. 3 Las Vegas vacations. Never with me. $8,000 invested in the apparel side project of a fitness influencer named Tanner Brockwood, which produced exactly 0 t-shirts. By the time of the lockout, they had $31,000 in their joint checking account and a 401k. My father couldn't touch without penalty for another 5 years. The apartment took half the savings as a deposit. My mother closed the Cherished Life by Cheryl Facebook blog 2 weeks later, because the top comment on every old post, every single one, was a stranger asking some variation of "Where is Amber?" Pastor Whitfield from the Lutheran Church called her once. He didn't yell. He said, "We saw the video, Cheryl. Take some time." She did not return to that church. My sister lost 4 brand deals in 7 days. Skincare, athleisure, a meal kit service, a water bottle company. The skincare director sent her an email I later read because someone screenshotted it for Reddit. "We're not comfortable being associated with the events depicted in your recent live stream." Tanner broke up with her by text 6 days after the lock had told me that I had ruined every Christmas since I was born, every single time. He had been 1 floor below us, with a needle in his hand, building me a Christmas that did not depend on her permission. I carried the box down. I hung the stocking on the mantel. I left the 4 backup walnut boxes on the workbench in the corner of the living room, where I could see them. I pulled my grandfather's workbench out of the corner. I set it back in the middle of the room. I laid out his chisels in size order, the way he had taught me when I was 9. I tied his leather apron on, The one with the horseshoe burn. I am not a cabinet maker. I will probably never be a cabinet maker. But I will learn the way he taught me. Sandpaper with the grain. Always with the grain. People are the same. One last thing. My grandfather did not save me. People will want to tell you he saved me. That is not quite right. He prepared a door, and he left it where I could find it when I was ready. The hand on the doorknob, on Christmas morning at 6:40 a.m. in my socks in the snow, was my own. I destroyed them, on paper, the way he had taught me. Quietly. All the way. What he did, the thing only love does, was the thing he did 9 years before I needed it. He saw what was coming. He drafted a trust. He signed it with a contractor's pencil. He stitched my name into a stocking I would not find for half a decade. He put a key in a walnut box and told me any time, any reason, any hour, and then he sat with that knowledge for 9 years and never once told me, because he did not want me to feel that I had to choose between my mother and the truth before I was ready. The world will sometimes try to make you feel like a burden. The math will sometimes look that way. That is not love's math. Love's math is quieter. It is being on the second floor when no one is watching, with a needle, in the years before the storm. Some people don't make a key for you on the day you need it. They make the key years in advance. They keep it in a drawer. They wait. If you've ever been the quiet one in a loud family, listen. The people who love you don't always say it. Sometimes they sign the deed. Sometimes they stitch your name into wool. Sometimes they spend 9 years building a door, and they put it where you can find it when you finally have to walk through one. I'm Amber Farrell. I am 25 years old. I live at 818 Cherry Bend Road, in the house my grandfather built with his own hands in 1971 and left to me in 2016 and handed me, by way of a brass key in a walnut box, on the coldest morning of my life. I have a fireplace. I have a stocking on the mantel with my name embroidered in red thread. And I have a door. The door he built for me before I knew I would need one. I closed it tonight. Quietly. All the way.